everybody. It is August the 21st, 2019. How's everybody doing today? This is Wrestleview Weekly. Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live, where I co-host alongside editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Michael Tedesco, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views that happen on those Sundays, except for this coming one, which will be Clash of Champions on September the 15th, I believe, because I will not be here. I will be there at Clash of Champions because it will be from the home of professional wrestling, Charlotte, North Carolina. I will discuss that and debate that with anyone if they would like to have it. But apart from that, if you're in the chat room, let yourselves be known right now by saying "wee." If not, screw you then. Hello, Clinton. Hello, Kit. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Mashoon Walls. Hello, Jamel. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Shifty. Hello, anyone else that's in there in the chat room say, wee! I think I saw Nafisa Dot in there somewhere. I know I saw Quentin in there somewhere. Come on, let yourselves know me now. Ooh, Grash. Oh, what is the 07? No, you're supposed to say, wee! Everyone say it. Okay. There we go, Grash. That's how you do it. All right. Before we dip into this, just a little bit of personal news for me. There's Gills. He says we. So I come to find out earlier this week that my apartment complex has been without an apartment manager for the past 3 months, which has led the building that we, Deanna and I, live in to be littered with spider webs. And with some people and how lazy they are with their dogs to take them out and do their business, some of the dogs like to urinate on the side of the building, and so it reeks of ammonia. But apart from the upkeep of the buildings that is not being done, one thing that is not done is spraying for insects, spraying for mosquitoes, spraying for spiders, and the like. Because of this, my right arm doesn't look it right now, but you might see the bump right there. Saturday night was sitting outside with my lovely girl, and as we usually do at the end of our workday, we like to sit outside and, I listen to baseball, we have some alcohol and enjoy some time outside. I got 7 mosquito bites on this arm alone. You can see the remnants of some of them right there. 7 mosquito bites. And 3 spider bites all surrounding right there. It looked like I had a golf ball lodged inside my arm. Did not feel good at all. Mosquito bugs love me. But this never happened last year or the year prior because the building was sprayed for bugs. So, yeah, I have now invested in about 1 or 2 citronella candles to be around me. So, yeah. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. There's no more alsos because it's time to talk about this show. What we're going to be talking about on the show. Doug, what's up with the thing behind you? We'll get to that, okay? First, going to be reviewing this week's episodes of The Red Show and The Blue Show, Raw and Smackdown. Got a good fair amount of headlines to dip into when it comes to the wrestling biz. Massive update to the WWE Milk Carton because they haven't been doing a whole lot of, what am I thinking of here? Benny Hill 24/7 title sketches on the television shows. A lot of people that would be doing in those Benny Hill sketches are now on the Milk Carton. So brace yourself. I think it's 24 or 25 deep. It's going to be a long one. And, finally, behind me, NXT officially announced yesterday, and also I believe Monday, that NXT, the developmental program by the WWE that is aired in 1-hour shows on Wednesday nights on the WWE Network, will be moving to the USA Network for 2-hour shows on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. This has caused people to yank their hair out, punch babies, jump off of cliffs, going nuts about this. I am here to try to talk everyone off the cliff. And so we're going to talk about this debut. I'm going to bring in a little bit of my own OCD autistic numbers into the mix with one particular argument that's been made about the show and why it's going to suck. But also, one motto that I've always lived upon and that I've always told you as listeners and the Wrestleview audience that there's one credo that you should live by whenever you're on the internet and you're looking up news stories or you're looking at videos or anything else to educate yourself. There's one motto that I've always lived by, and it's only 3 words. Don't scroll down. Because, you look in the comments and you look at anything like that when it comes to a story, it doesn't serve any purpose for you. All it does is it just makes you angry. It makes you even more fervent. There's no reason to read comments or even to comment yourself on what you're reading article-wise or watching video-wise. So never, ever scroll down. Except today. I have not looked at the comment section for the 4 stories that we have posted on our website regarding the rumored existence of an NXT show coming to the USA Network or the official announcing of the NXT 2-hour show coming to the USA Network. So, that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to scroll down. And I got a feeling it's going to be a doozy. I got a feeling we are all going to be wildly entertained by some of the comments. Oh, but Doug, you're making fun of the very readers of... I'm not making fun. These are the arguments and the comments that can be said for this story. And also it's to prove my point of not scrolling down, okay? It doesn't serve a positive purpose. So, Daniel asking if this could be a new segment. It could be. This could be a brand new segment. I think we might do that. When it comes to major stories like this, we might do that. The new segment, Don't Scroll Down. What are the sources? Take a guess. Take a wild guess. We're dipping into the go-to, the Old Faithful. It's Johnny Walker Red Label. Generally, I prefer Black Label myself because the Black Label is much smoother. Red is a little harsh, and I'm putting it next to my jaw so that it can hear me and know this so that it won't be as harsh the next time I drink it. But no, to tone down the harshness of it, we put a lot of ice cubes in it just to water it down. It won't be as potent, but still, it's good. It makes it smoother. A lot of guys, damn right, the black is the smoother. That's right, Jamel. For those of you who are not familiar with Johnny Walker and its hierarchy of scotches, it is red, black, double black, gold, green, gold, platinum, and blue. Okay? Blue is the epitome of all scotches. It is the best of all scotches is Johnny Walker Blue. I would say this, a fifth of Johnny Walker Blue in my state will run you about $750. If you want Johnny Walker Blue on the rocks at your local bar, it's going to run you probably about $40 or $50. So that's why we don't tuck into that so much. They actually started selling mini bottles of Johnny Walker Blue at my local liquor store. $20. $20 for a bottle this size of Johnny Walker Blue. Okay? It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But no. I won't spend that much on liquor. No, I just can't do that. All right. You guys know what the sources are. This is going to be a good one. Okay. Oh, yeah, and we're stocked with... We got plenty of ice to take care of with the glass. All right. So the Red Show. Lots of stuff happening with the Red Show. especially both the Red Show and the Blue Show were very weird this week because a certain Corey Graves was taking the week off. It was his birthday, I believe. So, took the week off, and man, can you tell when one of the major commentators is not at the table, okay? So, let's tuck into the Red Show. Oh, no, what's that? Tuck into the Red Show. We got new champions. All right. That's right. Red Show. The King of the Ring tournament has begun. There was a United States title match that suddenly turned into a tag team title match. So, yeah. Here we go. I'll actually put in, I've got a little thing I want to say about the Red Show here, because I'll go ahead and say, my DVR unfortunately did not record the Red Show. I ended up having to get a Hulu subscription to take care of the free week, the trial free week, so that I could catch the Monday show. I've got some thoughts on that when we're finished looking at the show. Let's start off the show. Jerry the King Lawler is going to be at the commentary in place of Corey Graves. Oh, boy. I don't really know of a lot of fans that are fans of Jerry Lawler being at the commentary desk. It was fine back in the Attitude Era, and I know it's a lot different when Jim Ross is not next to him and the two can play off of each other, but I've just never really been a fan of Jerry Lawler 04 and beyond, I guess is the right year to place on when Jerry Lawler kind of went south. It's when we got away from when we started getting into TVPG is when Jerry Lawler really stunk. Okay, I can only take puns so much. It is. Andrew says his shtick is old. It is very old, and so is he. So it just doesn't play out right now, which is why I'm glad he didn't last long on the show. But Jerry Lawler coming in to replace Corey Graves. Roman Reigns is coming out to the ring. Apparently, he's going to have a match here. Out comes Dolph Ziggler. Apparently, they're going to have a match because Dolph Ziggler said some stupid crap on the Twitter, and Roman Reigns obliged to it. And so, yeah, now we got this match. Jamel, Hell King, and JR stopped being dope in 02. Yeah, true. Yeah, a little earlier. When John Cena became a thing is when JR and the King went downhill, I think is probably the best way to put it. Burden. Roman Reigns is in the ring. Dolph Ziggler comes out, and Dolph Ziggler is just saying, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that everything's okay. And the crowd saying he sucks. He gets in the ring, blindsides Reigns with a super kick. And so here we go. Dolph Ziggler versus Roman Reigns, and it should be bam. There you go. Reigns versus Ziggler. First off, yes, Roman Reigns will win the match. That's no question. This would last, I believe, one commercial break. I'm going to tell you right now, first off, Ziggler selling the spear like nobody else can. Oh, man. It's just... Ziggler selling a spear of some kind, a spear tackle of some kind, is just a treasure, especially when he does the starfish on the mat. 5-point star right there. Dolph is Patrick right there. Oh, SpongeBob. Okay. Yeah. No, there's no we on that one, Kit. I bitch a lot about Dolph Ziggler, okay? We bitch a lot about he is who you go to kill someone's character development. He is someone that you go to when, you just want to fill something for a main eventer, This time around, I got a feeling this is the best Dolph Ziggler character, best Dolph Ziggler everything, ever since he's been with the WWE. And we're talking 10 or 11 years. The character that he has right now of being this annoying Twitter troll, the guy who keeps on saying, I should have been there. It should have been me. It should have been me. This is great. Okay. Stay with this. Keep on this. He makes a fantastic gatekeeper for people going into main events just in this role. Not in title matches is the thing. Don't have him in title matches to confirm someone who's a champion. Instead, have him be the gatekeeper for someone who's wanting to break into the main event, you know? Do I want to throw names out there? Him having a match with, say, Ali, you know? Him and Kevin Owens, again, their matches were not bad. Stuff like that. Even having this match with Roman Reigns, we know he's a main eventer, but even on the periphery to further cement Reigns' role within the roster and the plot lines, it works. So, you get this kind of match. Do I want more of these? No, not necessarily, but yeah. I think, what was it? Mashoon asked whose spear was better, Goldberg's or Roman Reigns? You know, it's more about who's selling it than anything else and not as much who's delivering it. But if I had to put mine in, I really think that Roman's is better than Goldberg's or Edge's for that matter. The thing, it's just Reigns, I know this is going to sound incredibly shallow, but the black hair, dressed in all black and being a black blur, and it's just his hair is what does it. I know that sounds weird, but it's his hair. Just like with Dolph Ziggler in Selling, where he whips back his head and all that hair flying everywhere. That's what makes great selling, and that's what makes great focal points when it comes to spots, especially in wrestling, is, I hate to say it, long hair. Shows a lot more force. It's just aesthetics. That's all it is. So, yeah, I know Edge did it with the hair and everything, but I believe Roman's spear more than Edge's, since Roman, I think, gives him, he take about 40 pounds heavier. So, yeah, bigger body, a little more oomph. AJ Styles is going to be defending the U.S. title against Braun Strowman later tonight, and we've got the first round matches for the King of the Ring tournament. Coming up next, Jerry Lawler is supposed to be interviewing Sasha Banks at his little TV show thingy, The King's Court. But before we do all of that, Becky Lynch delivers a monologue backstage on Sasha Banks and basically saying all the stuff that she's been saying on the Twitter. What has she been saying on the Twitter? Okay. Lynch is shown backstage in a pre-tape promo. Lynch says last week on Raw, Sasha beat her stupid with a chair. People want to know why she keeps challenging the locker room. Well, Lynch wants the best, most aggressive version of people challenging her. And that's what Sasha Banks is at the moment. She can thank the man for that. A few months ago, Banks ran away from the WWE with her career as cold as ever. Now she's hot as ever. Why did Banks, what did she do on their 4-month vacation that made her so hot? Absolutely nothing. Lynch did it all. A few press interviews by Lynch made Banks the top dog in 2019. Banks is the greatest woman on the roster to never be great. Lynch says Banks can swing her chair and wear the dollar store glasses all she likes, but the bottom line is she put more work into getting Banks into the WWE than Banks did. Why did it take Lynch to unleash the real Banks? The greats don't need to be goaded. This is a cat and mouse game, and when Lynch does get her, she'll give her something to go home and cry about. Mike Tedesco on the Twitter, or Raw Recapper, says, excellent promo by Becky Lynch, great stuff. Becky Lynch reminds me a lot of Baron Corbin, but in a reverse sense, like a photo-negative Baron Corbin, Karen Bourbon. A lot of complaints about Karen Bourbon was that Baron Corbin is that doing interviews he was bad backstage doing scripted promos and scripted interviews and stuff like that. But he was a lot better in front of a crowd. He was a lot better live in the ring, whether it be interviewed or otherwise. He was a lot better that way. That's kind of the same with Becky Lynch, I think. I think Lynch is a lot better in these scripted scenarios, backstage, away from the crowd, rather than in the ring. In the ring, she is atrocious, okay? However, backstage, she's fantastic. She's fantastic. So, it's kind of interesting to look at. It's kind of interesting to see, too. Look at any of her stuff that she does backstage in comparison to anything she does in the ring. She is a lot better on script. And there's just something, I guess, about being in the ring and the bright lights and everything. You kind of lose your place and your delivery isn't as good. So, yeah, that's kind of what happens. And I totally get that. I get that a lot more than Baron Corbin, where he is horrible on script, but seems more comfortable in front of a big crowd, which is weird. You don't really see that in a lot of people. So, yeah, kind of interesting. King's Court with Sasha Banks. But before we bring Sasha Banks out, Jerry the King wants to look at the brackets for the King of the Ring. No, I'm not going to look at the brackets for the King of the Ring. I'm not going to get into this. I hate tournaments. I really, really do. It's just lazy to me. But I'm not going to put this down because I got to give it time. I've got to see what the results are going to be. And to tell you the truth, the 4 matches that we had between the red and the blue shows for the King of the Ring tournament serve their purpose when it comes to stuff happening outside of King of the Ring, whether it be storyline-wise or perception-wise, with regards to the people in the tournament. Lawler says, and then the lights start to go out. Lawler immediately recognizes what's going on. Lawler quickly leaves the ring and goes up the ramp. He's a smart cookie, but unfortunately behind him, there's strobe lights in front of him. There's loud squealing, and then Pennywise Bray Wyatt attacks him from behind and shoves fingers down his throat. So, yeah. Why wasn't the Fiend on last week? They didn't say one word about him. Oh, God, I'm Ryan Satin, and I say that he is going to be a special attraction. That's what my sources tell me on the Twitter. No shit. This is, yeah. We're maybe going to get Bray Wyatt every other week, appearing on different shows. One week it'll be Raw. The next week it's going to be SmackDown. Attacking random people. It's going to happen. Who is Bray Wyatt's next victim going to be when it comes to him having a match? That's a tougher question. I really have no idea. How long can you play this out? Until WrestleMania, probably. I don't know, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I'm curious, but I've been very pessimistic about it in that he's a special attraction. Don't expect him to be in long, drawn-out storylines. It's just going to be one-offs. Yeah. Let's see. So now with Jerry Lawler recuperating after having fingers shoved down his throat, Vic Joseph from 205 Live and NXT UK is going to be on commentary throughout the rest of the show. Oh boy. So now we're going to have dueling Michael Coles at the commentary desk. Vic Joseph was brought up to be Michael Cole light. That's what he does. He's the play-by-play guy. He's not the color guy. He's there to carry on with storylines and remind us of what's been happening and yada yada yada. But you can't have on a 3-man team Michael Cole and Michael Cole light. And Renee in the background trying to say one line that was absolutely fed to her a minute ago. Okay, Renee Young, I don't know. There's just some kind of chemistry that Renee Young and Corey Graves have with each other. The problem is Renee never gets words in, and so she just keeps on saying cliche one-liners. I don't know. Who would I have picked instead of Vic Joseph? How about nobody? We don't need to have a third person on that commentary desk. You could have Michael Cole and Renee Young, and it just be those two. You know? Have it be, Renee Young is honestly what her place is on the commentary team is supposed to be the fan. She is supposed to embody the fans that are there watching the show live, going, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh man, he's really getting jacked up now and everything. But with it being only two people, she can deliver the lines a lot better rather than being drowned out by Corey Graves being Bobby Heenan for the millennials and Michael Cole. So that's what you do. There's nothing wrong with just having a two-man team. It's okay. Can the two-man team survive for an entire 2.5 hours? Probably not, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. I would have absolutely tried it. Ricochet and The Miz teaming up against Drew McIntyre and Karen Corbin. Why? I don't know. I guess we're carrying on some storylines or programs between the four, though I don't know what they are. The Miz hasn't really... He's been in tag matches and doing Miz TV segments for the past 3 or 4 weeks. Ricochet just finished up his program with AJ Styles, and so he's going to be in the... He's in the King of the Ring tournament. Drew McIntyre, wait a minute. All 4 of these guys are in the King of the Ring tournament, aren't they? Never mind. Ricochet is against Drew McIntyre and Miz is against Karen Corbin. Okay, I get it. That's why we had this tag match. But still, it seemed really out of place. Your winner was Ricochet and The Miz. No gifts over here. Nothing to say wee about, but I'm going to say it anyway. Yes. Sasha Banks is preparing for an interview later tonight backstage. Michael Cole is interviewing Booker T on the Skype because Skype paid for some plugs on the WWE. And, yeah, we just got to talk to him. And he says Drew McIntyre is going to win the King of the Ring tournament. So, yeah, there you go. United States Championship on the line. AJ Styles defending with Braun Strowman with Gallows and Anderson in tow of AJ Styles. Here was the spot that everyone was talking about in this match. Braun Strowman going for a back body drop, we thought, on AJ Styles. Or maybe it was just supposed to be a hoist up or something like that. It looks, well, you be the judge. Yeah. Ow. Ow on both sides. Ow with AJ Styles landing very awkwardly, but also ow of taking the thighs to the shoulders of Strowman. Especially look at Strowman's feet when those thighs hit his shoulders. If he was on his tiptoes, that was going to be bad, okay? It's more bad on Strowman's end than it was on AJ Styles' end. Here's the deal. Analyze this botched spot, okay? We don't know. There was confusion between whether either of them did not know if this was supposed to be a back body drop or a hoist in the air and fall flat on their face. AJ thought it was a hoist in the air. Braun thought it was a back body drop. That's what happened, guys. Both of them were at fault on this one because both of them thought wrong of what the hell they were supposed to be doing. They weren't in agreement here. Yeah. There is some discussion about this, thinking that, oh, Braun, he's so reckless. No. Oh, God, he could have killed AJ. Of course, everyone's siding with AJ because he's a small guy. But that's all this was. That's all this botched spot was Braun thought one thing, AJ thought another, and thank goodness that it happened at the timing that it did. Strowman could have easily tweaked a knee in that spot. AJ Styles, of course, could have easily broken his collarbone on the fall or landed on his neck. So, be thankful that it ended the way that it did. All right? All right. botchamania out of the way. Luke Gallows would get on the apron. Strowman would punch him off. He would charge after AJ Styles, but then he'd come back. Tried to get the phenomenal forearm. Strowman goes for a running power slam, but then Carl Anderson super kicked him for the DQ. So Braun Strowman wins by disqualification. Gallows and Anderson start putting the boots to him and everything, but then out comes Seth Rollins to save the day. Yep. So, yeah. So now we got Seth Rollins, who, Braun Strowman liked looking at Seth Rollins' big, shiny red belt. But Seth Rollins coming out to help, so that's awfully kind of him. God, I hate respect. I hate honor. Yeah. That sucks. Samoa Joe's going to be taking on Cesaro the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Seth Rollins catches up with Braun Strowman backstage after the commercial break. Rollins says they've had each other's backs, but he saw how Strowman looked at his Universal title. If he had his way, Strowman would get the next opportunity. But before that happens, they got to take on Gallows and Anderson. Rollins is going to try to get him and Strowman versus Gallows and Anderson for the tag team titles. So there you go. That's what we're going to get. King of the Ring first round match, Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. And right out of the gates, bam! Oh, that's how you start the match. There you go. Bam. I only have one problem with this. First off, it was fantastic. It was a great match. It was a really, really nice match. Samoa Joe would win via the sleeper hold. Here, trying to go for the spiraling Shoryuken, and yeah, gets locked up in a sleeper hold. Great match between the two. However, Gills is kind of nailing it on the head. Heel versus heel matches can work. Well, that's not what the interview segments before this match got underway were portraying. Samoa Joe being the heel, but Cesaro, that's why it felt weird, okay? I didn't know if there was a face or a heel. They were just two guys beating the crap out of each other. And you know what? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. So, yeah, I got no problem with this. I got no problem with a heel versus heel. Just took a little bit to try to get used to before the beginning of the match. But then once the bell sounded, and then BAM! I was locked in. Okay? I was locked in. Damn, that's just so beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Okay. What else have we got here? Footage is shown of Drake Maverick trying to pin Elias for the 24/7 title at a recording studio. That didn't happen. Elias is in the ring. He says that he will no longer be giving in-ring musical performances because he's now the 24/7 title champion. Elias goes to play, but his guitar's out of tune. He asks for another guitar. The technician goes to hand him another one, but takes it back. Lights come on. It's R-Truth. R-Truth tries to roll him up. He can't do it. Then Drake Maverick would come out to try to do the same. No, nothing happening. Fantastic segments involving the 24/7 title. Elias and R-Truth with Drake Maverick just being the squealy guy in the back. It's great. All right, let's take a drink because this one's going to hurt. Yeah, Jamel, I do miss the Scooby-Doo chases. I miss the Benny Hill sketches. They'll come back. Just give it time. I think that you will be seeing 24/7 title defense matches, but all of the other superstars in the ring acting as lumberjacks, waiting for the bell to sound, ending the match so they can dogpile, and so we get another new champion or whatnot. Just brace yourself for that, okay? Rey Mysterio backstage and does this whole sob story. His family, and I don't know if I can do this anymore. I never really wanted to say this, blah, 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 blah. And then out come his gigantic son, Dominic. Gigantic compared to Rey Mysterio, okay? I'm sure that I am taller than Dominic, okay? But Dominic's heavier than me. Mysterio's about to remove the mask. In comes gargantuan son, Dominic. Ugh. Gotta chase this. What are we doing here? I mean, are we trying to make this into a tag team? Is Rey Mysterio and Dominic going to be a tag team soon? If so, we know they're going to be champions. We know that's going to happen. So how are we going to do this? When is it going to happen? Are we waiting till WrestleMania to do this kind of thing? God, I would not sit on this till WrestleMania. Ugh. I don't know. I'm just not feeling this. I really, really am not. But hey, if this is how we're going to send Rey Mysterio out, then so be it. So be it. You know, just get it out. New Day versus the Revival. Why not? Kind of a really fun little match going on between these two teams. Revival matches in New Day was supposed to happen way back when Revival made their WWE roster debut after WrestleMania, I believe, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago is when it was. But we haven't gotten it mainly because of injuries to the Revival guys. I believe Dash Wilder would have a broken jaw, and then I think broken wrists would become involved by Scott Dawson. But we finally got healthy Revival. Oh, hi, Lewis. You're a fairly attractive person. Okay, so New Day versus the Revival. It ends up going to DQ because Randy Orton just happened to be coming into the ring, and nope. Nope. Does that deserve a wee? I think that deserves a wee. But man, I am digging this. Go wee! Man. I am digging this Randy Orton Revival stable. I am really digging this, okay? It is a fantastic combination because we know Randy Orton against Kofi Kingston in the New Day, so Orton's got to find his boys to take out the rest of the New Day. Perfect. Just absolutely perfect, okay? Just works so well together, especially doing the finisher they are now calling the FTRKO. Can we see that? Yes, we can. The FTRKO, the for the RKO. FTR being for the focus for the Revival is what it is. Yes. I am really digging this. Especially look at Orton's reactions and the Revival react. Oh, it's so great. Scott Dawson running around the ring and Wilder just, oh, dear God. Oh, it's good stuff. That is good stuff right there. Okay. They've kind of hit a home run here as of late. Yeah, that's what FTR means, Andrew. It's for the Revival. Not fuck the Revival. It's for the Revival. Or 3D with an extra dude. Call it what you will, but I prefer the FTRKO. That sounds a lot better. I mean, come on. They got the Shatter Machine, and then you got this. Why not? It's a 3D. I get it, but we ain't got no Dudley boys. So, come on. Throw them a bone. Come on. I know it's a 3D. Yes, it's a Dudley Death Drop. Yeah, come on. Welcome to 2019, guys. Come on. All right? Fuck your shit. Fun things are fun. All right. And Kofi Kingston gets to sit and watch as Xavier Woods' knee gets stomped on. So there you go. So there you go. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman are backstage. They're going to be suiting up for their tag team match. Michael Cole is going to interview Sasha Banks. Cole says that they were hoping to get her comments on the King's Court, but other circumstances came into play. Cole asks her to explain her actions after her shocking return last week. Banks says that it's been a crazy emotional week for her. Last week, she looked in the mirror and told herself that blue is her color. People are talking all about her blue hair. Well, it's time for her to show up and show out. She looks and feels good. Cole says no one is talking about her blue hair. People are talking about her return for the first time since WrestleMania, since she attacked Natalya, who was talking about her late father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Becky Lynch, who she started with. Cole asks for an exclamation, and Banks thinks about it and simply says, you're welcome, and walks away. I don't really want to get into analyzing the Sasha Banks character much, because the Sasha Banks that we had before her return is completely different than what we got now. We finally have heel Sasha Banks that everyone's been clamoring for. Heel Sasha Banks. You got your heel. You got your heel. But we still have yet to see her in the ring. And I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, I was mildly attacked in the chat room. If only Doug would analyze Sasha Banks' botches as much as he analyzed the Braun Strowman AJ Styles. Sure. Next week, I will find 3 to 5 botches that Sasha Banks has given throughout her tenure on the WWE roster, analyze them, and then you can do what you will with it. Ask, you shall receive. That's all you need to do. And I'm not going to find I'm not finding obvious ones. I'm not going to find ones that I'm not even talking about ones involving people who are injured now who can no longer perform, or those that could have looked like they were injured. I'm talking about just regular spots where both came away healthy. Prepare yourself. It's going to be a lot, but I'll limit it to 3 or 5. Okay? It's going to be the segment for next week. Look, you guys are going to call me out like that. I'll hold you to it. I'll go ahead and face facts. I've got no problem making people look like dum-dums, especially when I'm incredibly confident in them. You know, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of many performers. Don't get me wrong. Dear God, you guys know me. I love Rusev. I loved Kozlov. You know me about guys that I love, okay? But I at least know when they've done something wrong, okay? I at least hold my feet to the fire, okay? And not blindly follow. Damien Sandow is a great example, Daniel. I love Damien Sandow. However, just didn't pan out. His moveset was not very good. Okay? It didn't have very good spots. He didn't really have any character-specific segments or spots that he would do in his matches. So, yes. That's it. There you go. Do whatever the hell you want. I've got my own show. I could solve all of this right now, if you'd like. You know? I find the goodness out of my own heart to bring people back onto my show when they've been a dick. Just putting it out there, guys. But yeah, segment for next week. I was going to watch an Orange Cassidy match. Okay? I was going to have happy stuff happening on this show. Okay? But I've got some listeners in the chat room that are live and want to call me out and be a dick. Then fine, I'll just chuck it all and yeah. You know? I'll just go ahead and chuck it and I'll change around the show and everything. Because that's how I roll. Just saying. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss going against Fire and Desire. You know, when they said Fire and Desire, I had no idea who they were talking about. But then I realized there was Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Okay. Sure. Your winners were Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Yeah. Kind of a meh match. We still really have no idea who Bliss and Cross really are, if they're faces or heels. Not really sure right now. I thought they were heels. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kit mentioning they haven't used that name in about 6 months. Well, I thought they used it for the tournament thingy, the Fatal 4-Way. No, the tournament thingy. Yeah, no, you're right. It is about 6 months. Damn. Who am I to question you, Kit? I'm sorry. That's right. That was for the Elimination Chamber earlier in February, 6 months ago. Well, shit. I was about to say you were wrong. I'm sorry about that. All right. King of the Ring first round match, Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn. This was kind of a fun little match. Cedric Alexander picking up the win because he looks really good when going against someone his own size. It was kind of short, though. I'm sure they could have done a lot more, but I think they're kind of toning Sami Zayn back a little bit after his dual rotator cuff surgery that he had last year. So they're kind of holding back a little bit. Yeah. Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, our Monday Night Raw's official wandering minstrels backstage, hyping us up for stuff. All right. Gallows and Anderson are backstage. They're talking. AJ Styles comes up, and they're getting pumped for their title defense. Natalya's backstage with her arm in a sling. She's been through a lot and expected this to be an emotional week, but she didn't expect Sasha Banks. Sasha was her friend. That's why she cannot wrap her head around how her friend hurt her during one of the most vulnerable moments of her life. Sasha Banks blindsides her, attacks her injured arm, kicks her arm into a crate, and says, "Go to hell, Natty, and tell your daddy I said hi." I got no problem with this, okay? It just further cements the Sasha Banks heel turn, you know. But another thing, can we stop it with the Natalya sob story? Can we stop it with the Natalya sob story? Can we? I'm really getting sick and tired of it all. I'm just sick of it. You know, I'm tired of talking about Jim Neidhart. That was over nearly a year ago. You know, let's just stop. You know, just done. Just done with Natty. Just done with it. Oh, Tyson. Oh, Tyson. Finally, Raw Tag Team titles up for grabs. Rollins and Strowman are going after Gallows and Anderson's titles with AJ Styles in tow. Pretty fun little tag team match big here. Big spine buster. Yeah, I guess. By the Carl Anderson. But great finish after a lot of brouhaha happening all around the ring. Strowman hoisting Anderson up for the power slam. AJ Styles trying to get into the ring to interfere to cause it, but nope. Rollins would come up from behind with a stomp. And so, your new Raw Tag Team Champions, Strowman and Rollins. I liked Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold as tag team champions. I liked Rey Mysterio and Batista as tag team champions. Just there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with that at all. We're looking at another, 1, 2, 3 more weeks until we build up to Clash of Champions. They're going to lose those titles in the meantime. So, that's okay. Nothing wrong with this, okay? HBK Cena, says CJ. Yes, absolutely. I got no problem with this. It's going to build up to their title match at Clash of Champions, which I cannot wait for. That sounds fantastic. And Strowman turning on Rollins sounds even better. And putting Strowman as a heel, oh, that'd be good. Keeping that seat warm for when Lesnar decides to come back, which I believe is going to be on SmackDown. But I'm just putting that out there. So, what did everyone think of the show? 81% gave this a thumbs up. 81% said Raw was a good show. But Raw is supposed to be a horrible show because everyone watches it. This is weird. Earlier, I mentioned that I watched the Hulu broadcast of Raw. I watched it today, actually. And yes, Raw is a 3-hour show. When you take out the commercials, it's actually probably about 2.25, between 2.25, 2.5 hours long. On the Hulu stream of Monday Night Raw for this week, they did not have the Elias 24/7 title segment. They did not have the tag match of Ricochet and The Miz versus Karen Corbin and McIntyre, and they also did not have the match of Bliss and Cross versus Fire and Desire. There was a lot of stuff they left off of this show on the broadcast on Hulu, and so I had to fish for the other stuff, which was not fun, at all. I really hated that my DVR crapped out on me. I don't know how that happened. I got to fix that. But anyway, that was the Red Show. Sip on your sources. I refilled, if you couldn't tell. And it's a lot quieter. I hope you noticed. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further, it's best not to talk bad about the guy hosting. I'm just putting it out there, okay? I don't mean any ill will to anybody. But just because, just putting it out there. So, anyway, on to the Blue Show. Oh, look at that. There's a Kofi Kingston. What's a Kofi Kingston doing? Why, he's putting a boot upside of Randy Orton's ear hole. That's what he's doing. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Now, first off, I'm so glad we're not in Jeddah, South Dakota. We decided to go over to Sioux Falls. But yeah, I'm going to tell you first off, when it comes to this, this was a really, really fun crowd. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed this crowd. And they were incredibly active throughout this show. Started out, Randy Orton's out there talking junk about how he took out the New Day and everything, and New Day's music hits, and then Kofi comes out. He's got a steel chair, and he just starts wailing on him. Revival comes out to try to save. Nah, nothing doing there. So, yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Shane McMahon, okay, now this is weird. Shane McMahon is backstage. Kevin Owens. Kevin says, you wanted to see me? Kevin says that he's had a horrible week. He's trying to focus on the King of the Ring match. Shane tells Kevin to say what's on your mind? Yes, the fine was really bad, and yeah, I just couldn't. I can't do things. Could you please reconsider the fine? And Shane thinks, I'll think about it. Walks away. But Shane, you invited Kevin Owens into your... Why? What happened? What happened? I don't get it. I didn't get that. Yeah. Didn't get that. Hold on here. Let me see. Oh, geez. Hold on here. Having some problems here. Having some issues here. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. There we go. Looks like we got those all. That's all good. Never mind. We're all good. Yeah. There we go. We're all good. Sorry about that. Where are you? Where are you? Where's my stuff? Oh, there's my stuff. Okay, there we go. Andrade versus Zelina. Andrade versus Apollo Crews with Zelina Vega in tow. Pretty fun match between these two. Andrade ends up getting the pinfall. These two have really... There's something about... Andrade puts on great matches. Cesaro puts on great matches. Samoa Joe puts on some pretty good matches. Ricochet, decent. You know, there's just something about those four guys that we can always depend on really, really fun matches. I really like to see a little more from Apollo coming after this. You know, it's great that he's been given some TV time for the past month and a half. But still, you know, would be nice. Would be nice, you know. Anyway, Andrade getting the win. Daniel Bryan and Rowan are backstage. They got someone who's draped in all black coming into their locker room, and they have him sit down. Bryan says he knows what he did, and everyone knows what he did, and tells him not to move. This guy is staying put throughout the entire show in this locker room. Staying put. Elias is walking backstage, playing his guitar. He has the 24/7 title around his waist. Tells someone to turn around. It's a WWE referee. Asks the referee, where is he? He's in a backstage set box. He opens it up. It's Drake Maverick. Hands a piece of paper to Drake Maverick and asks him to read it. It says, let it be known that the 24/7 title rules have been suspended for the entirety of the night so Elias can focus on defeating Kevin Owens in the first round of the King of the Ring. No exceptions. The best in the world, Shane McMahon. So Elias throws Drake Maverick back in the box. So there you go. Moment of Bliss segment. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, their guest is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte comes out talking about how great it was that she beat Trish Stratus, and she's the queen of all eras. She starts bad-mouthing Bayley. Bayley comes out, starts bad-mouthing her, and so there you go. So now it's going to be Bayley versus Charlotte for the title at the Clash of Champions. Cut backstage to see Buddy Murphy is preparing for his match, and in comes Roman Reigns. The two are face-to-face. Roman says they can have a conversation. He just wants to know if he's lying to him or to Bryan and Rowan. Buddy Murphy says he's pretty sure he saw Rowan doing all the really bad stuff to Roman Reigns. Roman says, I need a yes or no, not a pretty sure. Murphy says, I'm only trying to help, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm just trying to help him out. Roman says, well, I hope so, because if you lie to me again, I'm going to whoop your ass. So there you go. Daniel Bryan with Rowan in tow versus the aforementioned Buddy Murphy. This was a fun match. A very fun match. I really thought that this was going to be a flash pin with Buddy Murphy getting the win, but instead it was a long, drawn-out commercial break match with Buddy Murphy getting the win clean. Getting the win clean off of his finisher. There were no major finisher kickouts by Murphy at all. Bryan never landed his flying knee. Anytime he would try to lock on a label lock, he would get over to the ropes. This was a great match. This match right here put Buddy Murphy on the map, on the SmackDown roster. And it's amazing to think that nearly a month ago, I was mentioning on the WWE Milk Carton that he had not been on TV since his announcement to the roster from the Superstar Shakeup. And look at this. A finisher ending a match. Who'd have thunk it? That's right, Jamel. Hey, Xantrix. It was a really cool match. No, you're right. It was a very good match. The crowd was hyped for this. That's why I wanted to pay attention to the crowd. The South Dakota crowd was fantastic throughout this entire show. I'm not saying that they were super duper hyped for every single thing, but they kept their enthusiasm throughout the show. And it wasn't like they were given, oh my God's jaw-dropping moments. No, far from it. Everything that I've mentioned right now, no, not at all. But they were into it. This reminds me of my crowd of Charlotte, okay, or Greensboro. They really remind me of a Carolina crowd, okay? They get into matches if they're really entertaining. They know to boo the heel and cheer the face. It was just simple. It's just real simple stuff. And a very, very good match, too. Very, very fun. Buddy Murphy's backstage, about to give an interview for his victory. He gets beat up by Rowan and Daniel Bryan. Rowan comes in, he just throws him around, gives him the Iron Claw and the little backstage box thingy. Revival's on the microphone. They're talking about how the New Day aren't championship material, and they say Big E wasn't brave enough to show his face tonight. They are challenging the New Day for the SmackDown tag team titles at Clash of Champions. Oh, please. Yes, give me that. That's going to be fun. They're a Carolina team, Carolina boys. They're going to be hot for them. Suddenly, Heavy Machinery's music hits, and out they come. Haven't seen them since last pay-per-view. Yeah, haven't seen them in a while. Tucker and Otis, Heavy Machinery, God love them. They're such a fun tag team to watch. Otis hot tags are approaching Big E hot tag levels. They are just fantastic. Unfortunately, the Revival would get the win via roll-up because there's no way in hell that one of these guys is going to hoist the other up for a shatter machine. So, no. Revival gets the win. Chad Gable is walking around backstage. He's asked about being an underdog in the King of the Ring tournament. He says he agrees, but fortunately for him, he's been like that his entire life. Well, while he's having this interview, behind him is a locker room door, and Shelton Benjamin pokes his head out, sees that he's having an interview. He takes out a piece of paper, tapes it to the top of the locker room door, and then walks away. Gable and Shelton Benjamin are going to be having a match next week. Shelton walks away. Gable turns around after his interview and sees that the piece of paper that was put up way above his head says that you must be this tall to participate in the King of the Ring tournament. I have no idea who I would pick to win this match between Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I really don't. Who are we trying to build in this? Are we trying to build Chad Gable or build Shelton Benjamin? I don't know. We've been showing Shelton Benjamin for the past month now, shooting his eyes everywhere, trying to show that he's a merry prankster or something. I don't know. Chad Gable, we had him taking notes because he was watching Apollo get beat up by Andrade, but then we nixed that for 2 weeks, and now Gable's back talking. I've got a feeling that Shelton Benjamin's going to run away with this one and then get destroyed in his next match. That's all I'm thinking it's going to be. Miz TV segment, and the Miz, his guest is Sami Zayn. Sami says that he may be one of the greatest competitors alive today, but there are so many people on SmackDown who need his help. He's realized that now the trap that he's fallen into is greed. That's why I'm losing so much. I'm trying to get too much for myself. I should be altruistic. I should give to those that would need my assistance. And I have found someone who I have found many people on SmackDown that need my help. Miz asks who. Sami says, well, one of them's going to come out right now who needs my help. And it's Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion, who, if he did not appear on TV this week, would have been right on the milk carton for the third time. Shinsuke comes out, and Miz says, all right, I'll bite. Hey, Shinsuke, why would you need to associate yourself with Zayn? Sami cuts him off. Dude, the guy's Japanese. He can't speak English. I speak English. He's an artist. He's an artist and a poet. I'm an artist and a poet. I can do everything that he can do. We're two sides of the same coin. But from here on out, Nakamura doesn't need to experience that pain. If he wants to talk to Nakamura, you got to talk to me. Well, The Miz looks at Nakamura and starts to talk as Nakamura points at Zayn. And then Nakamura hits The Miz from behind and beats the crap out of Miz. Okay. We are killing two birds with one stone, and it is a fabulous, fabulous move. It's hard enough to try to get Nakamura on TV where he's not very good at the English. He's not very good at the English. And so it's hard to build a program with someone who can't talk. Okay? Sami Zayn is a fabulous talker, though his in-ring stuff we're really putting the brakes on because we're wanting him to heal from injury. So, put the two together. There you go. Fabulous stuff. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. Okay? I killing two birds with one stone. It's a great, 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 great move. This could go on for a very, very, very long time because we're looking at two guys here. Someone wants to go after the Intercontinental title. Well, you first got to go through Sami. Then you got to go to Nakamura. Then Sami's going to interfere. Now you're going to have other matches to try to keep the other from being involved. Then you can get tag team matches involved. This works out perfectly. This kind of a tandem could carry us into the Royal Rumble, possibly into WrestleMania, and build and build and build from that. It is a fabulous, fabulous move. It's a great move. I think this is probably going to be the best you'll see Nakamura ever. Seriously. Because he's never had a mouthpiece. And he's got one now. And he's got one in a very obnoxious one, too. So, yeah. I don't see why not. King of the Ring match, Kevin Owens versus Elias. The bell rings were underway. While this match is going on, Shane McMahon decides to come out to the ring. Yeah. By the way, before this match, so Kevin Owens came back into Shane McMahon's office, and Shane said, I'll think about reneging you of the, I'll relieve you of the $100,000 fine, just as long as you never put your hands on another WWE referee. You know that's bad. So if you don't want it to happen, then you don't do it. Kevin Owens says, okay, I won't do it. So, once again, Shane McMahon comes out to the ring. Throughout this match comes the blows. It comes up to the outside. And then Shane McMahon would take off his jersey, little baseball jersey that he wears, to show that he is wearing a referee's shirt. Much to the chagrin of Kevin Owens, he would get himself into the ring. Owens distracted Elias with the roll-up 1, 2, 3. So, Elias moves on into the King of the Ring tournament. So, there. Yeah. There you go. Kevin Owens is left to be in a sad sack, and Elias moves on to the King of the Ring. Finally, ending the match, Roman Reigns approaches Daniel Bryan and Rowan, and the man in black sitting down, and he says, "What's up with this?" Bryan says he had to go to extreme lengths to exonerate Rowan, but he found the man. They take the mask off, and it is someone who looks exactly like Rowan. Showing the Twitter of the GIF of the guy who looks exactly like Rowan. I'm going to take my sip of the sources. You know who that is, right? Come on. Come on in the chat. You know who it is. Come on. Come on. Speak up. You know who it is. You know who this guy is. It's simple. He's been on the milk carton. This is how we're writing him off. It's Harper. Look at him. He shaved his head and dyed his beard. Look at his eyebrows. Look at how the furrow, the arcing down on the forehead. Look at it. Remember how he had the fading hairline? That's Harper. It's Harper. Seriously, it is Harper. Look at the contours of the face. Shaved head, dyed beard, and trimmed the beard. Trimmed it. That's Harper. Seriously, don't be talking. No, come on. You cannot be surprised. Don't be telling me you're surprised by this. Am I really the only one that saw this? Come on. It's obvious. No one is talking about this. No one is talking about it. It's Harper. Look at him. Seriously. Shaved head, dyed beard. It's him. Yes, it's dyed red. They dyed the beard red. Look at it. Look at the color of his hair. Look at the color on the sides of his hair. Look at the sides. Black. Salt and pepper, like mine. Come on. It's Harper. There's no way it isn't Harper. Who could it be? Seriously. Who could it be? Who? Come on. It's got to be a name. Come on. It's got to be a name. It cannot be a developmental talent. It cannot be a no-name. Yes, he's bald on the top because they shaved it off. He had a receding hairline. I'm locking that son of a bitch. You're goddamn right I'm locking that son of a bitch. And you're going to see it next week. This guy is going to be in the ring next week. You just look how he walks, how his posture is. He's not even going to talk. You just look at his nonverbal, look at his posture, look at everything. It's Harper. He's off the milk carton. Telling you that's who it is. You don't believe me? There's something wrong with your observational skills and your memory. No one else is grabbing this. I have not seen word one about it on the Twitter or the Facebooks or the Instagram or anywhere. No one is talking about it. If he's not, this is the first time I'm doing this. You know what? This is the first time I'm actually doing this, okay? I've never done this. I'm double locking it. I am so sure of this. I am double locking it. Double lock. All right? 2 shots. If I've got this wrong, I am dead serious, okay? Because I was staring at this and I rewound this for 5-6 times, staring at this joker to the left. I'm telling you, it's Harper. Mashoon saying he's not a short guy. You're damn right. Look at how they're sitting. Look at how Rowan and Harper are sitting in the same folding chair and how tall they are. Come on. Really? I know you all want me to be wrong. I know, Grash. I know you want me to be wrong on this. Okay? I know you do. But I'm not. It's Harper. Period. Oh, the guy in the chair was short. Yeah, throughout the entire show. Jump cuts. Come on. You're saying they can't change it out to be a different guy throughout the entire show? Come on. Yes, it looked like a 205 guy. Yes, it did. When they started the show, this is the ending segment. The magic of television. Come on, guys. It's Harper. Double shot. Double lock. It is Harper. And you're going to fucking see it. You're going to see it. Wait, Clinton, no, it's not 4 shots. A lock is 1 shot of tequila. Okay? I'm doing a double shot. Okay? Which means just one of these. Okay? That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking. So, whee! Come on, guys. All right? Get with me on this. I know you want me to fail because it'll be an entertaining show if I'm wrong. But it's Harper. Period. End of discussion. What did everyone think of the show? What did everyone think of this show? 56% gave SmackDown a thumbs up, which I guess is kind of par for the course. I guess, even though I guess it's par of the course, but it should be higher because everyone knows why. Why do so many people like SmackDown? You guys know why. Say it with me. That's right, Nafisa Dot. Say it with me. SmackDown is always a good show because nobody watches SmackDown. All right. It is kind of low for SmackDown, to tell you the truth. It's usually in the high 70s. You're right, Jamel. All right. Enough of the red and the blue show. Enough talking about TV. It's time to talk about the news. I'm going to talk really fast. I'm also going to put... I got to refill the sources. Because we've got to celebrate. We got to celebrate that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, finally married his longtime girlfriend, Lauren Hessian, earlier this week in Hawaii. Yes, they had a very nice wedding. Look at them. They're so happy. Yep. Finally married after being together for 10. This is Johnson's second marriage. His first marriage was to Danny Garcia that lasted for 10 years. They got a daughter named Simone together. But, yep, second marriage for The Rock, so there you go. All right, enough of that news. Let's talk about some people who might be leaving other places. LAX officially bid farewell to Impact Wrestling, and they reportedly turned down top money contracts. It was reported Saturday that LAX, Santana, and Ortiz finished up their Impact Wrestling contracts last Friday night's TV tapings in Mexico City. After their match, the duo was embraced in the ring by the locker room talent and given a standing ovation from the fans in attendance. They also went on to note that they are forever grateful to Impact Wrestling for the opportunity to represent the Latino community and culture on a big stage. According to PW Insider, Impact Wrestling had been attempting to lock Santana and Ortiz into a new long-term contract, offering what one Impact source deemed, quote, top singles star money per talent, but were unable to come to terms. I think what top single star money per talent means in Impact Wrestling terms is a 6-pack of Coke. It's either a 6-pack of Coke or at most a 4-pack of Red Bull and a Big Mac value meal from McDonald's. Yeah. I think I might be exaggerating a little bit on what that top singles money per talent would be out of Impact. No, actually, I think I might be wrong on that. No, if they are a little older and susceptible to injury, it would be a box of medical adhesive strips or Band-Aids. Jamel saying it's a 6-pack of Cherry Coke. Get your shit right. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it would have been Cherry Coke. Focus! Camera needs to focus on me. The Undertaker is set to appear on the SmackDown Live episode from Madison Square Garden on September the 10th. This is going to be 1 week prior to the debut of NXT. Keep that in mind. Advertised to have The Undertaker at Madison Square Garden on September the 10th. The semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament will also take place at this event. The Undertaker most recently appeared at Extreme Rules, teaming up with Roman Reigns, facing off against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred tag match. WWE is promoting it as Undertaker's first time ever on SmackDown from Madison Square Garden, but he was a part of a SmackDown taping in 2003 where he teamed with the APA in a winning effort against the FBI. This was a legendary SmackDown taping because that was the last appearance of Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper for some time due to separate backstage fallouts. WWE will also air Raw Live from Madison Square Garden on September the 9th. These are WWE's first television tapings at Madison Square Garden in 10 years. So yes, both of these shows are going to be very, very big. Very, very big. Okay? When I mean big in that they're going to troll out the legends, just like any other show. But something major storyline-wise will happen. Okay? The weird thing is that this is going to be these are the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown going into Clash of Champions. So what exactly big may happen? I don't know. returns of some people. Maybe. Just putting it out there. Talents that may be injured coming back. They aren't considered really big, but you haven't seen them in a while. We'll bring them up on the injury list. Evolve champion Austin Theory is part of a new Performance Center class, and also there's a new Performance Center coach. This is your new class coming to the WWE Performance Center in Florida. They include Austin Theory. His real name is Austin White. He is the current Evolve champion. He recently defeated J.D. Drake at the Evolve 10th Anniversary Special in July. Santana Garrett is the winner of the Cauliflower Alley's Future Legends Award in 2014. She has appeared on NXT TV in the past. She also competed in the very first Mae Young Classic. Tahuti Miles is a U.S. Army veteran and a former Division I football player for the University of Maryland Terrapins. He attended the Performance Center tryouts in 17 and 18 and has wrestled on the Maryland independent scene. E.J. Nduka is a champion bodybuilder and former professional football player for the CFL, IFL, and AFL. Nduka brings a background of MMA and boxing to the Performance Center. He attended tryouts in 18 and early 19. Alexander Jaksic, known as Alex Ken while wrestling for the past few years in Germany. Jaksic is a former semi-professional basketball player, a graduate of Santino Marella's Battle Arts Academy, and is trained under former WCW wrestler Alex Wright. Sold! He trained under Alex Wright? Sold. Fucking sold. Anything involving Alex Wright, I will buy. Okay? Brianna Brandy worked with Soulja Boy and Jada Kiss as a hip-hop hopeful, but Brandy has experience in ninjutsu and extreme CrossFit. So the Performance Center has brought on their first ninja? A rapping ninja at that? You will expect a report from me on this next week. Rapping ninja. Just because you can do this doesn't necessarily make you a ninja. Okay? I've seen Naruto. Okay? I know my shit. Rita Reyes. Reyes attended the December 2018 tryout in Santiago, Chile, and she won gold in the Abu Dhabi World Professional Jiu-Jitsu Championship in 2017. Okay, that one I want to keep my eyes on. Marco Gomez, specialty in jiu-jitsu and trains in boxing and wrestling. He's also an instructor in Muay Thai. Another one to keep an eye on. Catalina Garcia, known as the La Diva del Ring, Jessie, on the Chilean independent wrestling circuit. She is a two-time women's champ for Santiago's Revolucion Lucha Libre. So, yeah. There is your class. There's your class. A very eclectic class. I'm glad that Austin Theory is the only indie guy in this one. Everyone else, it's very eclectic. Very, very eclectic. I am all for this, okay? And finally, your new coach is Japanese wrestling legend Kendo Kashin. He made his professional wrestling debut in 92, and he's held the junior heavyweight championships for New Japan and All Japan. He was also named the 22nd best wrestler on the PWI 500 in 2002. He recently served as a guest coach at the Performance Center in 2019. I have a feeling that the reason they've brought Kashin into the fold is we may be trying to see more Japanese talent in the WWE, and it's about damn time we had a Japanese coach. Just throwing it out there. I really pay attention to the Performance Center inductees, especially these past 2 years, because of NXT debut in September, and also you guys need to fish around on the Twitter and the Instagrams on NXT house shows. There are a lot of talents that are not on NXT TV on the WWE Network that are making their rounds coming up that I am really, really excited about, okay? But I'm not talking about them tonight. It's all about trying to talk people off the cliff tonight. But sometime I really want to dive into all of the prospects the Performance Center has. You guys have no idea. The WWE is rich in talent. And it's not just from the indies. It's not just Ring of Honor, okay? It's not just Progress and Evolve. There's a lot of stuff coming up, okay? So, just going to hold off on. I can't wait to talk with you guys about that. I'm really, really super psyched about that. Speaking of the NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff is officially sold out. Updated card for the August the 31st show for the WWE Network. I will be giving predictions on the NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff pay-per-view. It will be the first one that I will be giving predictions on. I don't see why not. I like NXT UK. It's a completely different feel, completely different show. I think I might do a binging of it and tell you all about it, you know. I think Jamel think the WWE would chill for a while signing big indie names. Yes. You guys don't understand. Right now, the WWE has so much ingrown talent, in-home talent right now. Okay? Yeah, that's why I'm watching. It's for Walter. Okay? It's for Walter. That's why I watch NXT UK. But, I'm going to tell you right now, in the Performance Center, they've got 3 guys that stand over 7 feet tall. Okay? There's some beef that's coming out of NXT, out of the Performance Center here. Okay? There's also a lot of female talent that's going to be coming out of the Performance Center. There's a lot of talent that's coming out of the Performance Center these next year and a half, because you're going to be seeing people moving over to the main roster, and you've got the new show. So, guys, I cannot wait. I love talking about I can't wait to talk about Performance Center, okay? But anyway, Sid Scala, the storyline assistant for NXT UK GM Johnny Saint, announced on Twitter today that NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff is officially sold out. Here is the card. Walter defending the UK title against Tyler Bate. UK Women's title champion Toni Storm defending against Kaylee Ray. NXT UK Tag Team title champs are defending in a triple threat, where the grizzled young veterans of Zach Gibson and James Drake defend against Gallus of Wolfgang and Mark Coffey, and also Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. Those are the teams. Last man standing match, Joe Coffey, Dave Mastiff. That's going to be a fun one. Oh, yeah. And Travis Banks versus Noam Dar. This actually sounds like a very, very fun card. This is going to be a very, very fun card. Speaking of, stay on the NXT superstars are scheduled to headline Progress Wrestling on September 15th, when Clash of Champions is going on. The main match is you've got the team of the Mustache Mountain of Tyler Bates and Seven squaring off against Keith Lee and Matthew Riddle. Whew! Okay, sure. Yeah, that's a fun one right there. Team of Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. Oh, that sounds mega, mega, mega fun right there. WWE's first film for Netflix has reportedly finished filming in Vancouver, British Columbia, according to PW Insider. The first family film for Netflix by the WWE, called The Main Event, has finished shooting last Friday. Reported back in June that WWE Studios and Netflix began production for the new film, so it took them 2 months to film a movie. We'll see. According to the report by PW Insider, Keith Lee is said to have an extremely important and very big role in the film. It's also being said one source noted that they wouldn't be surprised if Keith Lee received a big push scheduled with the release of the film. Duh. He's going to be getting a big push, period. It's also being said that a number of local independent wrestlers were used in scenes that Ace Steel, who also played Donald Trump on Raw, whatever. All right. Oh, yes. WWE NXT star Babatunde has been cast in the role of the lead villain of the film. He is also a talent with Evolve. If you didn't see him on the 10th anniversary show, I loved this guy. One of the 7-footers. Babatunde's a big boy. Oh, yeah. He's a big boy. Main event tells the story of a 10-year-old boy who is bullied but dreams of growing up to become a WWE professional wrestler. However, he gets to live his dream earlier when he discovers a magical luchador mask and naturally becomes involved with NXT. Isn't that wholesome? Isn't that so fun? Sounds like something you'd want to show your kid after you give him an RKO on his own bed and put him to sleep. Rock and Roll Express are going to be challenging for the Ring of Honor tag team titles at Honor for All, which is happening this weekend at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. The Briscoes are challenging, are defending these titles. It's never going to end, is it? This is never going to end. How long are indie feds going to trot out the Rock and Roll Express? Oh, my God. One of these guys is going to die. Oh, boy. This is going to be gruesome. I'm sorry. Ugh. All right, news on the T-shirt company out of Jacksonville. Front Tony Schiavone reportedly signed a deal with the AEW this past Thursday, and he's going to remain with Major League Wrestling, unfortunately, according to PW Insider and F4W Online. It was reportedly signed last Thursday. Schiavone was also apparently pursued by the WWE. All right, stop. If he was pursued by the WWE, it was to do shit on the WWE network. But that's okay. That's no. But I am not buying that line. Here is your new guy to do interviews for AEW. Congratulations. Speaking of AEW, they announced that Boston and Philadelphia would be their TV episodes, and they are sold out. AEW announced on Twitter that their second television episode for TNT that was going to air live on Boston October 9th, and the third episode was going to be from Philly. They've sold out. What arenas are these? It's the Leocoris Center in Philly, which is on the campus of Temple University. Is for the third episode. Oh, by the way, also their fourth and fifth television tapings in October are going to be at Pittsburgh. At the University of Pittsburgh. And then their fifth TV taping is going to be on the campus of Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. And AEW wants to tell you that there's going to be a title match added for episode 3 of TNT. And by the way, the finals for the AEW Tag Team Title Tournament, it's going to be over in Charleston, West Virginia for the 5th episode of the show. And the there's no way that they made that announcement for the Tag Team Titles Finals thing. There's no way that they made that announcement today when yesterday this happened. There could be no correlation, right? None at all. Right? No relation. Sip on the sources. Nah, I didn't want to do that. That's okay. We already know The Rock got married. Hey, there's news on the injury front, and it's kind of Ronda Rousey sustained a finger injury on the set of 911, the television show by Fox 911. It's reported yesterday. All right, everyone in the chat room, this is a poll right now. You see this video, this picture right now. Do you guys want to see what this finger injury looks like? There's a reason we have this up as very graphic. Do you guys want to see how bad this finger injury looks? I hope that the yellow bar isn't helping you to know how bad this injury is. I've looked at it. It's on the page. It is disgusting. I don't want to do this. Please tell me you don't want to see this right now. Everyone in the chat room, tell me you do not want to see this injury. Keep on coming at me, Daniel and Grash and Nafisa Dot and CJ. You don't want to see this, do you? No, you don't. I am not going to show this. It is disturbing. I'm going to try to put that as clear away from everyone's memory as I can. So, not only does Ronda Rousey had a broken hand and wants a baby in her belly, but now she has a jigsaw finger. Ugh. Also on the injury front, let's go over the injury list. Jason Jordan has had a neck injury for the past 2.5 years and will not tell us if he's retired or not. Tomato Chomper, neck surgery. He's good to go. I think he's good to go, but the timeline says he's not ready until December of this year. Ronda Rousey, we just said it, broken hand, she's fine, but now she's got a jigsaw finger, and also she wants a baby in her belly. I don't know if that baby is in her belly right now, but I'm sure it's grossed out. But she's not coming back until WrestleMania, possibly. Nia Jax, reparative surgery for both ACLs and both knees, making great progress on the rehab front. She should be well back before Royal Rumble of next year. Jeff Hardy, if he's not drunk in Myrtle Beach, strung out in a stairwell, he won't be back until Fastlane after knee surgery. Ruby Riott, reparative surgery on bilateral ligaments in both shoulders, will not be back until Royal Rumble. She just had her second surgery last week, so hoping she'll be back in due time. Mickie James, ACL surgery, not going to be back until November for Survivor Series this year. Lars Sullivan, major knee surgery. We were not given the specifics of it, but I'm going to guess when they say major, it is ACL and MCL related. And with how far back it's been, and it's been about a good 2 months or 3 months, he's not going to be back until WrestleMania times. Jinder Mahal, ruptured patella. He's not going to be back until WrestleMania of next year. Tamina, concussion. This happened about a week or 2 weeks after Memorial Day weekend. Not sure what her timetable is right now. Haven't heard anything on the house show front. And finally, Bobby Lashley, bone spur removal of his elbow. If you remember when R-Truth had bone spur removal on his shoulders and how gruesome that looked, yeah, Bobby Lashley, he's going to be out until about Survivor Series. So, those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who aren't hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on TV for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a very special list. A special list that does not look like this. They get their own graphic, and they get everything doctored up by me. And sometimes I post it on the Twitter, and then they make funny haha comments about it. And then I laugh at them, and I'm like, ha ha ha. They kind of like what I did, and they get the joke. And yeah, it's all good. Oh boy, it's a big one. Brace yourself. This is a jug, but it's the WWE Milk Carton. Oh my God, my back hurts so much. Oh my God, my feet are so flat. This is going to hurt so bad. Well, hi there. Look who showed up to the milk carton for the second time going. It's the guy who got a second DUI out of Florida. And they're paying the price. Yeah, man. It's the Usos. We haven't seen them since July 29th when they were involved in a triple threat tag team title match for the Raw tag team titles involving them, The Revival, and Gallows and Anderson. They're paying the price right now for Jimmy, or is it Jay? I don't know which one. But whichever one fucked up, that's why they're paying the price. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know when we're going to see them. I really, really don't. I have no clue on this one. It's time to go on the 24/7 title binge. Everyone that I'm going to be showing you right now was last seen July 29th involving a Benny Hill Scooby-Doo running chasing sketch involving the 24/7 title. Those are being Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, EC3, Eric Young, and Heath Slater. So, because we haven't gotten any Scooby-Doo chases, these guys are on the milk carton until we have another Scooby-Doo chase. We're already 6 deep, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Now, first, I know that's a scary picture to look at, but this is the brand new photo op picture for Alicia Fox. Okay? I was about to take her off the milk carton this week until I perused the WWE main roster and found that she has a brand new promo photo on the main roster. So, Alicia Fox is still on the milk carton. We have not seen her since the Raw reunion show, July 22nd, when she was backstage with people looking at a phone or something. I don't know what the fuck is, but yeah, this was the picture they got. Dana Brooke, haven't seen her since that same episode, and she was right there next to Alicia Fox. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Kurt Angle that came out. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Naomi. Have not seen her since she was involved in the 24/7 title segment during that Raw reunion special where it was her, it was Maria, it was Melina. There were a lot of other ladies in the back named with an Ia at the end of her name, and she was back there. Okay, so Naomi, just as long as your boys are still getting drunk, you're not getting on TV. All right, Akam. All right, so this is a particular case. And I know I explained this last week, and it's going to be a doozy trying to explain it. But here. Akam is part of the tag team Authors in Pain alongside Rezar. During the July 16th episode of SmackDown, he was involved in a run-in segment involving Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. As the people were coming to the ring, Corey Graves would mention that the Authors of Pain were there. But unfortunately, only Akam and not Rezar of the Authors of Pain were there at ringside. So, that's why this is the last time we've seen Akam. It's been since July 16th. Other people that were involved in that run-in, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas of the B-Team. Liv Morgan was not a part of that. She had a match against Charlotte on that July 16th episode of SmackDown. She immediately got on the microphone after losing that match saying that she needs to take some time off and she needs to be real. Taking a sip of the sources because it's been over a month and she's still only picturing pictures of herself with a blue tongue. So I don't know what she's talking about. Lacey Evans. We have not seen Lacey Evans since Extreme Rules. She was off of SummerSlam. She's been gone for She's been gone for over a month now. Was in SummerSlam where she teamed up with Baron Corbin facing off against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in the mixed match tag Extreme Rules, all for one, get all the titles thing. Yeah. What do we have lined up for her? I don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough to usher her in back into either roster. I got a feeling when she comes back, you may see her on SmackDown more than Raw. They had a match 4 weeks ago, I believe. It was 4 or 5, and it was sometime before Extreme Rules. Lacey Evans versus Charlotte. I still have goosebumps about Lacey Evans versus Charlotte Flair. It can be a great thing. What can be an even greater thing is them as a tag team. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just letting it be known. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. I got no problem with it. I am just saying the option is out there. If Charlotte is actually going to be SmackDown champion after Clash of Champions that's happening in Charlotte next month, fine, so be it. Nix it, never mind. But if you have other plans for Bayley being a champion and facing other challengers, might I suggest Charlotte and Lacey Evans? I'm just putting it out there. Just you watch it in 3 months. Survivor Series, you watch it. You watch that shit. Survivor Series, I'm not locking anything. I'm just saying. You watch it in 3 months. It might happen. Sarah Logan, we have not seen her since July 8th when she was involved in a match against Bayley on an episode of Monday Night Raw when it was part of a Beat the Clock challenge between Bayley and Nikki Cross. This is, by the way, Sarah Logan's new promo picture on the WWE main roster page. I did a lot of updating on my milk carton when it came to the photos, okay? We haven't seen the Viking Raiders in a while. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Something's happening here. Yeah. Just putting it out there. I think I'm just looking at my database right now. The Viking Raiders have not been on for 2 weeks. Okay? I am just saying, prepare yourself. Here's Razar. We have not seen him since June the 18th's episode of SmackDown Live, where he and Akam were exiting from Baron Corbin's locker room leading into Extreme Rules, where he exclaimed that, "I'm glad we had that talk while he was here." I'm glad you did too, bud, because you've had a really good vacation, unless you're hurt. I have not heard word that Razar is hurt, okay? But there's got to be a reason that we've seen him more than Akam. That's all. There's got to be a reason why we've seen Akam more than Razar, and that being by a month's difference. Something's up here. Matt Hardy, we have not seen him since that same June 18th episode of SmackDown when he exited Baron Corbin's locker room saying, you're next. Trying to find a guest referee for the mixed tag team match and the stuff. He is too busy at home in Cameron, North Carolina, having fun with his wife because they're having a third baby. He hasn't done anything on the house show front or anything like that. Retirement is imminent for the Hardy Boys. Brace yourselves. Rusev. Haven't seen him since June the 7th. since he was part of that really, really large battle royale out of Jeddah, South Dakota for the Super Showdown pay-per-view. I have got a lot of thoughts about a lot of people that are on this milk carton, and it's up on this final segment following the milk carton. Sin Cara, haven't seen him since that same battle royale out of Jeddah, South Dakota. He's over in South America for WWE's Performance Center, doing stuff over there, finding out if people know how to do jiu-jitsu. Lana, haven't seen her since April the 23rd. 4 months practically since an episode of SmackDown when she was along ringside during a match between Kofi Kingston and Shinsuke Nakamura. Same thing. I've got my thoughts on her coming up soon. Lio Rush. Haven't seen him since April the 15th when he was at ringside for a 6-man tag on an episode of Monday Night Raw on the Smack Superstar Shakeup episode of Monday Night Raw. Let's just end this, okay? On his Twitter, he's too busy posting rap videos, music videos, and shit about all the things that he did before he came to the WWE. The guy's gone, okay? The guy is gone. Axe him already. Sheamus, haven't seen him since April the 9th in the post-WrestleMania episode of SmackDown. He's still doing stuff with the WWE. He's still doing promo appearances. He's still doing all of that stuff. But I think the health prognosis is not good. Sometime very soon, we are going to hear about he's going to have a retirement match. It's going to happen. He had a spinal stenosis prognosis. Spinal stenosis is what he's got. Same thing that Edge had. Yeah. It's going to happen soon. It's not going to be good. But CJ's absolutely right in the chat room. If you haven't checked out the Celtic Warrior workout videos that he has on YouTube, they are fantastic to watch. They are incredibly entertaining, especially the one that he had with Rusev and Lana. Check that one out. The Ascension, haven't seen them since WrestleMania when they were part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Prepare yourselves. They're going to be coming back on September 18th. Primo Colon, haven't seen him since March the 26th in an episode of SmackDown when he was part of a front to keep The Miz from attacking Shane McMahon. He is down in South America at Rio de Janeiro doing stuff with the Performance Center. Why hasn't he been taken off the milk carton? Because we haven't heard that he's retired or that he's a coach or an agent or anything like that. So that's why he's not off the milk carton. But we save the best for last. My Lord. Take a sip of this one because he deserves the intro. It has now been 9 months since we've seen this cat on WWE television. He's on the main roster. I base everything that I do on here off the main roster with some stipulations. I know that Kane, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, they're on there. I get it, but that's where I draw the line. But not this guy. I made it be known once he hits a calendar year, he's going to be on the Hall of Fame. He's getting his own picture. We're not renaming the thing after him, but he will be enshrined forever and forever be said as the stalwart of the WWE Milk Carton, and that is Epico Colon. We have not seen him since Survivor Series of November the 18th of last year during the whole tag team elimination match and everything on the pre-show. Daniel asking, who's going to induct him? I almost want to say Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt was very, very close. Bray Wyatt is the closest to approaching the Hall of Fame of the Milk Carton, but this cat right now, he's going to hit it. He's going to hit it unless WWE tells us otherwise. Jason Jordan? Yes. Shark Boy. Shark Boy should induct him. If everyone remembers my TNA Milk Carton segments from a reality from Inside Radio, absolutely. You want to do a countdown? Sure, Daniel. Rig it up. You want to do a countdown? Sure, we'll do a countdown. But anyway, Epico Cologne, he is 3 months away from making it to the Hall of Fame, forever etched in eternity, infinity, and everything that is forever. So there you go. So, yeah, CJ said earlier, man, Doug, you're pretty toasty. Well, you know, when you have sources this good and you have discussions this good, you want to keep them going and keep them rolling. Okay? So, big news came out a couple of days ago. It was made official on the Twitter yesterday about brand new show from the WWE coming to the USA Network. And when that announcement was made, all of the talents got on their Twitter and they did their promotional posts. Everyone within corporate did the same. But everyone outside of it lit their asses on fire and wanted to leap off the cliff and fall into the ocean. Guys, let's talk about the death of the WWE or the NXT debut on the USA Network on September 18th. I got an absolute kick out of this entire brouhaha. Okay? First off, it is official. NXT will be making their debut on the USA Network Wednesday, September 18th, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for a 2-hour show weekly. Starting then, every week, NXT Wednesdays, September 18th. It's happening. There you go. We got there on the front Matthew Riddle, Adam Cole, Shayna Baszler, Velveteen Dream. I'm just going to do the official stuff right now. Okay? First off, in an email sent out to subscribers of the WWE Network, which has aired NXT since it premiered in 2015, new episodes of NXT will be available on demand every Thursday night beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, after the move to the USA Network occurs. All NXT TakeOver events will continue to stream live exclusively on the WWE Network. NXT will air on the USA Network 2 weeks before the network debut of AEW on TNT on October the 2nd. The two programs will then air head-to-head with each other. The show will remain the normal Wednesday time slot of 8 p.m., but will be expanding to 2 hours long. Show will air live and will be broadcast from Full Sail University every week. Full Sail University has been the home of NXT television since 2012. We have a tweet from Triple H, or Paul Levesque, is how I call him. Can't describe this announcement in any other word than proud. Proud of everyone involved from day one. Proud you've let your voice be heard and carried the banner of this brand. Proud you've loudly and clearly said, we are NXT. And I'm proud to say we're just getting started. Press release. Following NXT's growth in popularity, the new 2-hour weekly show will expand its reach on USA Network, the leader in cable entertainment, while staying in its Wednesday night time slot it has held since 2015. USA is a leader in cable entertainment? Maybe it's because of their show, and I think that's the only one. The move to USA Network provides an opportunity to deepen our relationship with NBC Universal and further build the NXT brand, said Vince McMahon, WWE Chairman and CEO. Over the long term, our goal is to develop a following that can be monetized to the same level as our flagship programs of Raw and Smackdown. USA Network and WWE have one of the longest and most successful partnerships in television history, said Chris McCumber, president of Entertainment Networks of USA and Sci-Fi. As the number one cable entertainment network, we're excited to add NXT to our weekly lineup alongside Powerhouse flagship Raw, and to bring a new generation of superstars to a wide audience. NXT launched in 2010 and has risen to become WWE's third global brand alongside Raw and Smackdown, hosting nearly 200 live events around the world each year, airing on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. NXT has been WWE's network's number one weekly series. NXT offers a unique blend of authentic in-ring action with exciting and entertaining storylines that feature WWE's hottest up-and-coming superstars, including the series will continue to emanate from Full Sail University in Orlando as part of WWE's production partnership with the preeminent Entertainment, Media, Arts, and Technology Institution. So, NXT is going to be a live studio show every Wednesday from Full Sail. It kind of sounds like a federation that has been hopscotching around networks for the past 15 years, but never had the brand recognition or the production quality or the money to do it. Sounds like a federation that, within their studio audience, they love chanting. They love saying stupid stuff. And it's a studio that can hold about 500. But it's also a studio that's on a university full of students that know about production and have been studying production and are tutored by production professionals. This also sounds a little bit like a show that had been happening for the past dozen years. But sounds a little more cohesive. Sounds like there's talents that have been built for the past 2 years with music you can recognize. And also people at the helm in production that have been in wrestling for a fair amount of time, that have been enamored by the production side of professional wrestling that another organization never had. It's amazing, really, when you think about it, that NXT's debut on September 18th is what TNA wishes it was 15 years ago. This is what they wanted to be. This is TNA for the millennials. There's nothing wrong with saying that NXT is for the millennials and it be like TNA. There's nothing wrong with that. Studio performance, free audience, they're going to have it themselves. You've got the regulars that show up there in the studio audience. Okay, you got them. You've seen the regulars at the NXT shows on the WWE Network that always appear at these tapings. They're there. Izzy, the 11-year-old girl that just loves all the female performers. Well, now I think she's hitting puberty and she doesn't like pro wrestling that much anymore. There's so many people that attend these tapings on a regular basis that you are going to become familiar with, okay? If you thought you hated the long black-haired guy that's at every single WWE pay-per-view, oh my God, there are so many people to hate at these NXT tapings. But that's why I make the comparison to TNA from a dozen years ago. Okay, this is what TNA wishes they were a dozen years ago. Okay? Again, studio show. Live. Every Wednesday night. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. So, first off, before I dip into the don't scroll down stuff. Keep microphone here. Before I dip into the don't scroll down stuff, I want to first touch on the main argument that I've really been seeing a lot of on Twitter and other places, in that NXT does not have the roster to put on a 2-hour show. What are we basing this off of? NXT doesn't have the roster to put on a 2-hour show. Okay. Hold on. If you're making this argument that you've only been watching NXT, their takeover shows, I totally get it. I totally get that you're only making that argument. But have you looked at their website? I'm only going to make an argument just based on their website. Okay? You want to see it? Here we go. First off, here I'm showing this is all their current website here for the WWE page. First, I'm going to go to Raw. Here's Raw's roster page, and I'm going to slowly just scroll down. I'm not going to name names. But I want you to, the numbers that I'm going to tell you are the superstars that are not announcers. These are in-ring performers, if they're injured or not, if they're alumni or not. This is the main roster of Raw that is on there, that are in-ring performers, okay? Not announcers, not managers, not interviewers, whatever. I've got the numbers. For Raw, there are 42 male talents and 16 female talents. Oh, you want to look at SmackDown? SmackDown. 37 male talents, 15 female talents. And I said in ring, okay? I'm not talking about alumni. Anyone that's in a suit does not count. 37 and 15, male to female on SmackDown. Finally, okay, NXT does not have enough. NXT does not have enough. NXT. 42 males, 15 females. I'm talking in-ring performers. I am not talking announcers. I'm not talking anyone. If they're wearing a suit, they're not counted. Okay? Seriously. Wait. You guys are mentioning in the chat room. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Oh yeah, there she is. Hey, Kayla! Thank you so much, CJ Gills, Daniel, and Quentin. Thank you so much. Hey, Kayla! Wow, I can hit Billy Kay's. I really, really want to go to a WrestleMania, the WWE Access thing, just so I can meet Billy Kay in person, and we can combat impersonations. I really do want to meet Billy Kay. She is my new Vicky Guerrero. Billy Kay is the new Vicky Guerrero. Okay. All right, get back on track. So, again, Raw, 42 males, 16 females. SmackDown, 37 males, 15 females. NXT, 42 males, 15 females. NXT can't hang with their own roster and do their own show. If anything, you should be saying SmackDown can't hold their own with their own show. Look at this talent. Okay? That is just on the roster page. There's a shit ton of talent that's at the Performance Center that's not on here. There's a shit ton of talent everywhere around the roster when it comes to fulfilling a 2-hour obligation. Look at this. I'm just going to scroll down here. Yeah, the tournament you had on NXT to have someone get a title match, it's 8 new talents for NXT. The Performance Center tryouts that you've had all over the world was for this. Seriously. Okay? I know. Rhea Ripley is on the NXT. Oh, there's a reason. There's a reason Rhea Ripley is on the NXT main roster. Oh my God, what else? Pete Dunne. He's now a part of the NXT main roster. He's not on NXT UK. Yeah, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins might be leaving. They got more coming up. The NXT show is fine when it comes to talent. So, we've nixed out the argument about numbers, okay? About facts, all right? And when I say facts, I mean numbers. Quantitative, unquestionable facts, okay? This story about NXT coming to the USA Network has been brewing for the past 2 or 3 days. In fact, it was first reported on Wrestleview back on the 16th, back on last Friday. Made as a rumor by Mr. Tabasco. According to PW Insider and F4W Online, WWE made a pitch to the USA Network about moving the NXT off the WWE Network on the NXT Network television. Blah, 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 blah. No, they just got advanced knowledge about the announcement. That's all. The pitch was made a long time ago. In fact, the pitch was made last year. The pitch was made during the announcements of, well, not announcements, but negotiations of television contracts. You know, USA, I know you don't like it that Fox is getting SmackDown. I get it, you don't like it. But we could give you another show to fill you up on some time slots on Wednesday because you've only got so many episodes of tax fraud person knows best and, Mr. Robot and Suits, whatever the fuck that show is. And we know you only have so many episodes of Law and Order. We can fill a 2-hour slot when SmackDown leaves if you would like. You've got it, no problem. Oh, you would like to, you want that. Oh, that sounds good. This is what Fox's amount is. We would like that as well. For anyone to think that this discussion about NXT coming to the USA Network happened within a week, shut the fuck up. No way in hell. In a land of instantaneous media and instantaneous information, this does not happen within the span of 72 to 96 hours. It does not happen. This took time. This was a bargaining chip for the USA Network when they had SmackDown going to Fox. And that's what WWE was doing the entire time with their TV discussions about branching out. USA did not want to feel left out. WWE told them, no, we got you covered. We've got a 2-hour slot for you covered. No problem. It is not a problem. We've been working on this. It's been 2 years in the works. We've got this. USA bought it. rightfully so. USA does not have enough programming, okay? NBC Universal will take as much WWE programming for the USA Network as they can, okay? So, here we go. For anyone who is on the internet's worlds and wrestling punditry worlds, thinking that this was pitched within the first 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, stop it. Shut up. No. It's been in the works. It's been in the works for a long time. All right. So, putting that to qualms. Okay? NXT to USA in a month. All right. Take a sip. Brace ourselves. All right. We generated 4 stories regarding this move from NXT to USA. Here's our first last Friday. Here's another one coming on Saturday on an update. Here's another one from Monday. And finally, yesterday, it's made official. So, brace yourselves. I am really going to make this a segment. This feels really good because I have not seen these. I'm serious. I have not seen these. I had to put these in separate links and not know. I know this has been on our website. Okay, so here we go. All right. It's time to scroll down. King Sonny, 5 days ago when the rumor was first announced. Quote, the new blood Wednesday Night Wars would be pretty cool. I wonder if that means NXT will travel to different arenas or stay at Full Sail. Well, okay. You didn't know the press release. They're staying at Full Sail. They aren't traveling anywhere. Wednesday Night Wars? Okay, I get it. You got a stiffy. It's okay. No, it's all good. King Sonny, you're good. It's all good. All right. Update on the rumor from the 17th. That would be 4 days ago. We're looking at Saturday? No, Friday. All right. Oh, shit. Here we go. All right. Jeff Miller. Just another reason for me to possibly drop the network. After this update, it's become almost unwatchable for me. If I can save some money, I'll do so. Michael Pinion Jr. This shows you that Vince doesn't want competition. He sees AEW as a threat, despite he's saying they are not. I don't see AEW as a threat. It is alternative to WWE. I'd rather have more wrestling promotions than only one major one. Go back to the days of the territories. But if you wanted to go back to the days of the territories, they wouldn't be on television. You'd have to seek them out. The days of the territories were before the internet. All right? You didn't know about the territories back then, kid. All right? Coming from someone who has lived before the internet. All right? You didn't know about this shit. All right? So, Edward Thompson replied, Vince doesn't want competition? I'm so shocked. I can sense the sarcasm, Edward. Before I scroll on, and I saw CJ said the territories would be a bad idea now. The territories are still happening, guys. There are still territories. They're just not as popular as you think that they are. Okay? NWA is still going on. NWA has still got their territories. Seriously, they do. It's just they aren't on television, and that's where it needs to remain to be. The backbone of professional wrestling is not on television. It's not on the internet. It's in county fairs. It's in the fairgrounds. It's in your National Guard armories. When they're part of a hub, and when they're part of fundraisers for the localities, for the communities, okay? This is how wrestling stays afloat. When bad things happen, okay? I strongly suggest if any of you just look up a National Guard armory, look up a community center, look up a high school gymnasium. There could be a professional pro wrestling show that doesn't have the production quality of anything above TNA or ROH happening in your own town. I strongly encourage you to see it. Sit in a folding chair at these shows. It is so worth it, okay? You cannot compare it to anything you watch on TV. It is so much fun, okay? Seriously, okay? Transport yourself. You were never born before 1989. You'll be transported to 1979. Seriously, go to these shows. You never know who you might see, because 15, 20 years from then, they could be on Major League Television. So, my definition of indie show is completely different from everyone else's, okay? There's one more tangent, and I'll get back onto the Don't Scroll Down. There is a cat that I really, really want to interview live here on my show for you. His name is the Italian Stallion. He is part of the Southern Wrestling Federation that had been going strong here in the midsection of North Carolina for upwards of 20 to 25 years, called the Italian Stallion. He was its own champion. He was its booker. He was the Dusty Rhodes of that federation. Did he produce any major talent? Probably not. I think the only one he maybe produced was the Patriot. But he is a guy I really, really want to sit down and talk with when it comes to developing the territories locally as a very independent federation in comparison to what everyone else is seeing on TV, and you're trying to bridge the gap. So look him up. He's called the Italian Stallion, Southern Wrestling Federation. He's right here in my county is what it is. So, yeah. And also, yeah, Jamel brings it up, talked about the guy. And, yeah, table of three with the Hardys and Shane Helms. Yes, Italian Stallion. Right here. Right here. So, yeah. Man. All right, go back to the Don't Scroll Down. Tough for AEW, as NXT is by far the best WWE has to offer. Matt DeMarley. Poor Vince. He needs to pass the torch. Next time he walks to a ring, he will be greeted by a mixed reaction. Let's go, Sunil. Sunil sucks. What's a Sunil? I don't know. Jeff Miller replied to him, as much as I agree that Vince needs to retire, he's made it known he doesn't plan on it. He wants to die running the WWE. If that's the case at this point right now, Vince is 73. He is 73. I don't know if there's a case to make. The average human lifespan is said to be between 79 and 83. However, with that said, humans could live into the triple digits, with the oldest person being 122 years old. Jean Calment, 1875 to 1997. So we could be stuck with the crap that's going on with the WWE for anywhere from 6 to possibly 49 years. Kids, don't scroll down. Looks like it's happening. An announcement tomorrow. This was made, again, this rumor that the rumor post that we made was on the 17th, was back on Saturday. Post by WrestleVotes on the Twitter. a lot of rumors going around concerning NXT, and I've been told they'll make an announcement on Monday. So, let's fast forward. Here we are. Monday. They're reportedly to make the move. F4W Online's reporting that they're moving to Wednesday. Reported all over the internet. Here we go. Kids, don't scroll down. Nick Knoll. There is option. Why would anyone pick NXT over AEW? I mean, NXT has Velveteen Dream, the biggest reason not to watch a show in modern wrestling. But isn't Velveteen Dream modern wrestling? Or is Velveteen Dream before modern? Is he part of the modern wrestling? Or is he... Is Velveteen Dream a time traveler? What is modern wrestling? How old am I? God. Screwcharger 85. Well, this isn't good. Nope, in Dallas. Vince and or Triple H, you are both fools if you think NXT will have better ratings than AEW. AEW has already sold out their first 2 or 3 live shows in a matter of hours. There's a difference between television ratings and gate receipts. There's a difference between Nielsen TV and the money that you received from live audience attendance. I'm sorry, New Pen. No, that's not a valid comparison. The system forced with a guy in a white Oxford shirt and no long blonde brown hair. I just hope this doesn't mean that NXT episodes won't be available on the network until 30 days after airing. No, that's okay, system. You didn't see the press release 2 days later. They're going to be available the day after. So it's all good. No, you're cool. Not a problem. Oh, God. Oh, God, this is a long one. I would normally do a TLDR. Too long, don't read. I had to look up that. But since I am a reader and I've got the reading voice, I have applied for a voice agent. Here we go. All right. It's from Colby. Here we go. Serious question. Doesn't that lower the value of the network if the main new content reason to subscribe will be longer, live and free on cable? Where the network subscribes as perhaps their future seems like a risky move to complete directly with the AEW unless they bring something actually new and compelling to the network, and that is a pure Vince move when competition is involved. Plus, he probably figures he'll just move back to a network-only show if it doesn't work out. The other thing is, you'd think if it's a move to counter AEW to wait until they announce the day and time they'll be airing to decide when they would push to launch on the same day to make fans choose rather than get a head start, as it seems this way people will check about AEW for curiosity alone, figuring they already watched the NXT debut show and can't miss one live to see the first AEW show. That all said, periods. Colby, invest into periods, please. That all said, Vince has thrived in a business almost no one else has survived in, so ellipses. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts so bad. Oh, if you deciphered points from him, And I know if you're listening on the audio, it's unfair for you to listen to me and you're trying to decipher from that. Just go onto our page. Just go onto our page. This guy doesn't watch my show. I don't care. Seriously. I know that the bigwigs are watching my show right now. Paul doesn't watch this show. The Nemmers don't watch this show. I know Mike does. Mike and Victoria watch this as they're eating dinner the following day. No one watches this show that comments on our page. Come on. Everyone in my chat room go, wee! All right. I have no idea what this cat said. I have no idea what he just said. All I know is, all that I can decipher, and my God, I'm wiping my brow, and I'm trying to clean my glasses. Okay, so apparently everyone thinks that Vince is going to take over the NXT show. Everyone thinks that Vince is going to take over NXT debuting on September 18th. Vince is not even at SmackDown. What makes you think that he's going to be at NXT in Florida, 1,000 miles away from his home in Connecticut? Shut up. God, I want to refill on my sources, but I know it's going to hurt tomorrow. Vince controls Monday Night Raw. Ever since Vince became head of the WWF and had the mindset to go onto television and broaden the audience and become more of a television producer than a wrestling organizer, the Monday night show was a stalwart. It always has been. Since he took over the reins from his father, talked into going to USA Network that was headquartered in New York over 30 years ago, back in the year of 1984. USA Network was one of the first cable networks to start cable television in the United States of America. He took advantage of this and saw that he could make the Worldwide Wrestling Federation bigger through television. And he used television via the USA Network to broaden his horizon. And the first show, the first time slot that he ever had was on Monday nights, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. That is where Vince has lived. He will always live. It's been inside him since he was in his mid-30s, approaching his 40s like me, to what he is now. He will never travel for a Tuesday night show, for a Wednesday night show, or a Friday night show, because the fucker is nearing octogenarian. I recently watched a video on YouTube yesterday. Backstory on this little side segment that I have going on. My favorite band, Tool, is releasing a brand new CD on August the 31st, 10 days from now. It's a band that I grew up listening to. I just turned 40 last month, okay? So this was the band that I grew up with listening to, and just like the band Boston, way back in the 60s and 70s, they only release a new album every 10 years. So they're releasing a new CD in 10 days. And I stumbled upon a YouTube video of a cat called Rock Band Critic. who made a video called How to Dive Into Tool, the band that I grew up with when I was in high school. I'm 40 years old. And this cat, and I'm saying cat a lot because I don't want to say other words, that this guy who looks a lot younger than me is trying to tell me how I should get into the band that I've been into for so long. And he's recommending albums that were not as good as those. And this is the same problem, generational problem, television viewing problem, as far as music listening problem. I am finding so many generational gaps in everything right now. And I guess I want to use my age and this forum and my moderate use of technology to let everyone else know, okay? Everyone who's watching wrestling right now is not like me. And a lot of people who are like me that are on the internet vasping for an attitude era, it ain't happening. But you're in conflict with people right now that only know wrestling of the past 10 years. This is this is more of a philosophical argument for how we perceive things and how others perceive things and how we try to identify with them and try to construct a triangle to form a community. It's really, really tough. It's very tough. And for everyone who's listening right now and everyone that's in the chat room right now, when it comes to when you've been with Wrestleview, back in the days of Wrestleview VIP, with Wrestleview Radio, when it was me, Adam, and Hunter doing a show, when I had my own podcast, Hunter had a podcast, blah, 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 blah. Forming the triangle between my generation, the generation ahead of me, and what we are both trying to watch right now is very, very difficult. Especially right now in the avenue that I've picked and the liaison that I associate myself with because I'm the only one left. It's kind of amazing to think. Wrestleview Radio went on for 4 years, and Adam and Hunter have gone. I'm all that's left. I'm the one that still watches the wrestling. I'm still on the Wrestleview, doing an occasional column and doing an occasional recap, but also peering into everyone else. I never thought I would have been in this spot. 10 years ago, I never thought I would have been in this spot. But here I am. Here I am, the generational gap. Seriously, everyone in the chat room, except for maybe one or two, I know I'm way older than you. And that's not meant to be placing myself above you. That's not the point, okay? We all view things differently. We all want to be part of a community. It's just being all as one is really tough. The final, don't scroll down. After all my ranting, here we are, the official statement. We're the same age, buddy. Feel your pain. Thanks, Zan. Thanks, Antrix. I appreciate it. I don't follow anyone, Gills. No, I don't follow anybody. I really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate the thumbs up. Bring it on. I need enthusiasm. Sometimes I do. All right. The official statement that we put out yesterday. Jamel, leave the memories alone. Absolutely right. The final one. Don't scroll down. The official statement with the press release. Here we go. Jeff Miller. So is it safe to say NXT will become Velocity 2.0? Okay, hold it. I don't know what a Jeff Miller is. Is he making a reference to something that he's actually old enough to know what the hell it is? No, he doesn't. There's a big difference between Velocity and NXT. But our man Colby, with the run-on sentences, felt free to reply. All right, here we go. Bring out the newsreader voice. Okay. Not really, because Vince didn't care about Velocity succeeding, and even though he didn't care about NXT too much of now, he loves competing, and so he'll probably put too many resources in NXT now. It's a period. I'd say he'll ruin NXT, but trying to use too many main eventers visiting NXT and taking away focus on what makes NXT great. Hold on, I'd say he'll ruin NXT, but trying to use too many main eventers visiting NXT and taking away focus on what makes NXT great. Colby, there was no predicate there. There was no... I don't know what you're saying. So in other words, it's safer to say, in my opinion, NXT will become Raw 2.0 or at least SmackDown Live 2.0. That's more of a valid argument. Raw 2.0 or SmackDown 2.0. That's more of a valid point. I'll give our young, fresh friend that. William Chowdwin lets micromanage NXT to be horrible. Vince will now watch NXT and he's going to change it. Pondo. Pondo is a screen name. How many times will we see 205 Live stars and mid-card talent appear on NXT now? I don't know. That's what's happening now. Tyler Breeze and Fandango are there now. You've had Kushida. You've had Tozawa show up. Gulak has shown up. What are you complaining about? The only thing that may come out of this is for them to finally retool the Ascension and make them relevant again. Okay, Pondo, you won me back. You won me back. Yeah, ship the Ascension to NXT. I'm there. All right, you got me on that one. Way to rope me in, big guy. Giant pianist. Oh, well, NXT was great while it lasted. Oh, sarcastic. Oh. And finally, Zook Banner. The best thing about this could be moving down some of the unused talent back to NXT. I like the idea not to take it from Full Sail too. That's not happening. You didn't read the press release. It's staying at Full Sail. It's going to be live. Moving down the talent, they've already done it. So, this was a painful segment. This was really painful, okay? I hope you don't mind. I'm going to cancel this segment and go straight into this. This was painful, okay? Really, really painful. I appreciate everyone who's still in the chat room and sticking with me on this one. Oh, well, I don't mean it's not depressing or anything. God, I feel old. I feel old and realistic. Finish the sources. Man. I'm not sad or angry or anything. I wish people would be more optimistic. You know? I wish people would be more optimistic when they see an announcement and you go, oh, that's awesome. NXT is coming over to Wednesday. Man, all the stuff that I really didn't check out a whole lot on the streaming network is going to be available to me whenever I want. That sounds fantastic, and it's more mainstream. That gives more people more airtime, like Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, like Velveteen Dream, like so many others. No. What you saw was the reasons why I don't scroll down. It's because they make you angry. They make you depressed. They make you feel old. But you guys aren't as old as I am, okay? But my 2 cents, quick 2 cents on NXT's debut on the USA Network. First, they say it's going to be live, but that's going to last for about 2 or 3 months. Live episodes, they'll transverse into spoilers, and they're going to be taped. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be taped. In 2 or 3 months, I'm being very conservative when it comes to that. So it's going to be taped. You'll see spoilers. It is seriously TNA with WWE production is what it's going to be. However, the wealth of talent that they have to show off is immense. I really want to devote an entire segment to everything that the WWE Performance Center and NXT has to offer. It really is tremendous. Seriously. To see it all is to fathom what professional wrestling will be 10 years from now. And when I say 10 years, Brock Lesnar is gone. Seth Rollins is gone. Roman Reigns is gone. Braun Strowman is gone. Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. Guys, you stuck with us through Wrestleview Radio, okay? Everyone that is gone for the past 10 years, imagine that. Forward. That's what's happening. Seriously, that's what's happening. This is a humongous step for professional wrestling, not just WWE. The bigger question that everyone needs to talk about when it comes to Wednesday Night Wars, the resurrection of the Monday Night Wars. I remember that shit, and I was only 9-10 years old, but not like Doug. He was in college. Holy shit, I would love to see that shit. If you want to see it happen, organizations need to make money. They need to find the avenues to make money. AEW will only make money when it comes to the Nielsen ratings. Seriously, that's the only way they're going to do it. It's not by gate receipts. It's not by your StarCast invitations. It's going to be by ratings. TNT has not had a Wednesday night show dip into the top 20s in 3 years. If you want the WWE to have a viable competitor, you need to invite everyone to watch AEW and not NXT. And if you want professional wrestling to flourish, both of these organizations need to prosper. There can be no war. The wars are done. The war is over. Those of us that lived through the war and stood by throughout the war and saw both battles know what happens. Watch professional wrestling. Stop comparing. Stop prognosticating downfalls. Help to prosper. Show why both are doing so great. AEW posted that they sold out their second and third shows for TV tapings. That's awesome. Don't compare yourselves to Big Brother. You have your fourth and fifth arena shows. That's fantastic. College campuses, it doesn't matter. You got them. Show them off. Don't compare them to Big Brother. WWE, NXT, and all of them, they have their own thing. They don't give a shit what you're doing. Build yourselves up. I guarantee I'm double locking this. I am double locking this. I've done 2 double locks. This is my second double lock. First double lock, Harper is the second Rowan. The second double lock, Cody Rhodes on the debut of AEW is going to mention one of 2 sets of triple letters. It's WWE or NXT. And that will sign the death warrant of AEW. I'm leaving it at that. Gonna leave it at that. Oh, okay. Leaving it at that. Thank you all so much for showing up. Holy Christ, it's almost 11 o'clock. Dear God, everyone's got to get to bed. Everyone, thank you all so much for showing up. The chat room, if you're in there still, let me know right now by saying, wee! Say it now. Next week, tune in next Monday. Mike Tedesco and his beautiful pregnant wife, Victoria, are going to cover Monday Night Raw. Grash and Daniel, Nafisa Dot, James showed up. Lewis, you sexy asshole. Xantris is so cute. Quentin going wee. Jamel going wee. Quentin and Jamel are my token black guys in the chat room. Oh, God, I'm not racist. Tune in next Monday for Monday Night Raw recap with Mike Tedesco and his beautiful pregnant wife Victoria as they cover Monday Night Raw. Tune in next week for me where I called it out. I'm going to find some botches of Sasha Banks. I'm going to show it off. And the asshole ain't going to be here to defend her. Again, just want to let you be known, don't taunt the guy hosting the show. You're going to be kicked off. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Also, the big thing, last news to leave you with. Yes, NXT is debuting September 18th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the same time as my show every Wednesday. So, that means I got to set up a poll. Look, I know I like NXT, and I'm sure everyone that's listening and is in the chat room likes NXT as well. So, I'm going to set up a poll about a potential time change for Wrestleview Weekly. Because I don't want to take you away from enjoying professional wrestling, okay? I got no problem taking you away from AEW, but when it comes to NXT, Doug doesn't want to do that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to set up a poll coming up over the weekend. Probably a show up Sunday or Monday on the Facebook group page. If you're on the Twitter, I'm going to post it on there as well. There are a couple of options that I'm looking at of changing the time of this show. But I might not change the show. I mean, it's all up to you guys, right? You know, I mean, you guys in the chat room and everyone listening, partake in the Facebook media, Wrestleview Media Facebook page. If you haven't joined it, do so now. If you haven't subscribed to the Wrestleview YouTube page, what the hell's your problem? Subscribe now. Come on. It's the time you get to see me drinking a lot of happy juice. Holy crap. You all are enablers. You're enablers. Look at how much. I've only got maybe 1 or 2 more glasses of this. Again, I'm going to post a poll on the Facebook Wrestleview Media Facebook group page and on the Twitter via my handle @DuckWrestleview. 2 options of a potential time change for this show. Or I may not change it at all. It's all up to you. It's more about how you guys watch wrestling. It's not about me, okay? Not about me. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for joining in the chat room. Everyone say wee! Being in the chat room. No, I already did that. I'm just trying to get some reactions out of you. No, I'm not going to say it. So, thank you all so much for tuning in on the YouTube channel, tuning in on the SoundCloud, the Spotify, the iTunes, or wherever the hell else you're listening to. I really appreciate it, guys. Really, check out the Wrestleview YouTube channel. Believe me, tuning in live, it's a doozy. Next week, I'm going to find botches of Sasha Banks, or I'm going to watch a match of Orange Cassidy. Whichever one makes me happier. I'll find that out later. Till then, appreciate you guys for checking me out. And as always, know when you're being sold to.